Hi Year 10, I hope you've had a good half term and you're ready to get going with our learning. So we're carrying on with the unit of living a Muslim life, and we will be looking at Zakat this lesson and Khums next lesson. So Zakat is a third pillar of Islam, and by the end of this lesson we will understand its importance to Muslims today. So, for our starter, I just want you to consider rich and poor around the world. So I'd like you to look at these pictures and just think 3 words that you feel when you see these images, and what causes this poverty in the world. What are the reasons? Who is responsible for it and why? Why is there so much poverty in the world if other people are so rich? So just consider those things. You can jot it down or you can just think about it. Both are fine. So now we've considered and thought about poverty in the world and the reasons for it. I suppose the question is, what could you do about it and what should Muslims do about it? So there are 3 key terms that are important in this lesson. The first key term is sadaqah, which is the purification of wealth, obligatory giving of 2.5% of savings once a year, and one of the 5 pillars of Islam. All Muslims give zakat and they give it once a year. Most people nowadays will give 2.5% of their savings. In the past, it could be a certain amount of your livestock or things like that, but for most people, it's just 2.5% of their savings. Shia Muslims give khums, and that is an additional 20% of their savings, and it's given for community causes. They can pick which time in the year they give it, but they give it once a year. And then the last keyword is sadaqah, which is a voluntary charity, not fixed at any rate. So when you give money to charity, it might be for you, it might be for your parents, whatever it might be. They give money to children in need, it might be comic relief, it might be Islamic aid. When you give things just to charity in general, you can give it any time. It's not an obligation, you don't have to do it, and you can do it at any point. So what's really important when we do C questions is that we know a source of wisdom authority. We always start with the source of wisdom authority, and then we will do 2 more paragraphs giving 2 reasons in each paragraph. So what sources of wisdom authority could we use when we're doing a question on khums or zakat? One of the surahs we could learn are, be generous in prayer and regular in giving, for God sees well all that you do. And the hadith you could use is, he who eats and drinks while his brother goes hungry is not one of us. So I'd like you to take some time now and just consider those 2 sources of wisdom authority and consider what they mean. You might need to pause the video and think about what you think they mean. So please pause now and consider, what do they mean? So if you've unpaused now, what did the surah mean? The surah means be generous in prayer, regular in giving. So that's obvious. Pray regularly, give to charity or give to regularly, because God sees well what you do. God knows what you're doing. He'll see if you're being generous to others, you're giving to charity, you're paying zakat, and also he will see you if you're praying. And he sees what you do, and then come Judgment Day, what happens to you at the end will depend on your actions. So prayer and giving sadaqah are important. The hadith is, he who eats while his brother goes hungry is not one of us. The meaning of that would be, if you have enough food, you shouldn't be sitting there, being rich, having lots of food, being okay yourself and not helping those around you. You can't really be a Muslim, if you're a true Muslim, if you're not helping others when you've got extra money, extra food or whatever to help other people. So you can't be a Muslim and eat and look after yourself and be rich and have a great life if you're allowing others around you to go hungry and suffer when you could actually help them. Right. What I'd like to do now is I'd like you to open your revision guide at page 88 and then read the information on zakat in there. It's a page on zakat and khums, so you could read both. And then I'd like you to answer this exam question. So the C question is, explain 2 reasons why zakat is important for Muslims. In your answer, you must refer to a source of wisdom and authority. So how would you set that out? You would first say the Quran or the Hadith says, and you could use the Quran or Hadith from the previous slide. So what does the Quran say? This suggests zakat is important because, therefore, Muslims today might. You need to have 2 points of information in the first paragraph, and then secondly, zakat is important because this means that Muslims today, or this is important because, develop it, and then another 2 bits of information. You need to pause the slideshow now, the video now, and you need to do this exam question. Once you've done that, you will need to upload the copy of your answer to class charts. Final task for this lesson is to check your learning. So you've answered a C question, and I'd now just like to check your knowledge with you doing a word wall quiz. So there'll be a link below on class charts if you can click on the word wall link and complete the quiz. Then once you've done the quiz, if you could take a picture of your score and upload it to class charts, that'd be great. So the 2 things that you need to upload are your answer to your C question and your quiz score on word wall. And the link is below on your class charts. Thank you for that. And then next lesson will be on Khums. Thank you, Year 10.